I'm standing right now in the newly inaugurated Mitti Cafe in the Supreme Court premises. This initiative which empowers persons with disabilities and is going to be a cafe in the Supreme Court premises that is manned solely by differently abled persons. I'm also being joined by the three directors of the Mitti Cafe Foundation, Swati, Alina and Ayesha. Thank you so much for speaking to India today. So what would you like to tell me about this cafe, about the people, more importantly, who will be operating?
We're so grateful to the Chief Justice, Justice Chandrachud, for enabling us to create history. There's no court in the world, in the history of the world, that has embraced inclusion the way the Supreme Court of India has. At Mitti Cafe, we have adults with physical, intellectual, and psychiatric disabilities who work, earn with dignity. While it's just a Mitti Cafe, but moreover, it is an opportunity for us to create awareness about disability inclusion across India and across the globe, so that we are able to create many more opportunities for persons with disabilities, so that economic independence and dignity is a reality for everybody. Our first employee was this girl who came in crawling for the interview because at that point of time her family could not afford a wheelchair. Today, that same girl sits on her wheelchair and she manages 10 other people with disabilities. She's the manager for our first cafe and her name is Swati. We are grateful that the Supreme Court of India and Justice Chandrachud would be helping us create so many more kirtis and so many more stories of inclusion.
If I may ask, this issue of disability access, access to spaces has been quite a thorny one, particularly with the kind of heritage buildings we're dealing with. What kind of work was done here in the Supreme Court to allow access to your place?
I'd just like to mention, apart from physical access that we all talk about, there's a lot of mental access that also needs to happen. And the way that the Supreme Court has supported us to create inclusion within their premises is unprecedented.
Could you give me an example, maybe?
An example would be just last night, and we were here till 1 a.m. just wrapping up everything, the last minute decor, and the registrar came in and he deployed his entire team to sort of ensure that post smooth for make it smooth for our team members with disabilities.
There's also been a disability audit done of the Supreme Court premises. I believe some of your people were also involved with that kind of work. I mean, are you seeing change in the way people in India are looking at persons who are differently abled, persons who need some help with access, not just physical, as you said, but also other ways?
So accessibility is not a privilege, it is every individual's birthright. To say that if there is a person, just imagine we've all been through lockdowns, right? And persons with disabilities are kept in lockdown for an entire lifetime because of inaccessible infrastructure, because of the disability in people's perceptions. That has to change, which is why we exist, and to be at the apex justice institution of the country would enable us to create the kind of awareness that we want to, that accessibility is a right of every individual. Creating equal opportunities for all factions of the society is the only way the country can develop. Inclusive development is the only kind of development.
This is an initiative that has been started. What would you say about the role of the people who are manning this initiative and the people who are supporting it?
Well, to start with, the foundation is extremely grateful to the Supreme Court of India and to Honorable the Chief Justice of India in particular for taking the path-breaking decision to set up the Mitti Cafe on the Supreme Court premises. We at the foundation are committed to work for inclusive and egalitarian society. And it is a privilege that we were able to facilitate this unique initiative with Mitti Cafe, which has distinguished itself in the field of disability rights.
What else are we now expecting from this cafe, from this initiative?
This initiative, in my mind, illustrates the sensitivity of the apex court to disability rights. And I'm sure it will send a message across the country and across the world that everybody should come forward to support causes that do matter.
Thank you very much, sir. On the occasion of Dhanteras, the inauguration of the Mitti Cafe in Supreme Court, this is Aneesha Mathur for India Today.